think I'd love Mary and Molly to have some stuff together. Not like that. Maybe like that. Yeah. I'm game. No, she's. They're both really good characters, and they both look after their John and Sherlock. So I think they would be good friends. I think they would look after each other as well. So yeah, be fun. I love Molly. I think Molly's brilliant. She's an amazing character. Thank you for liking Mary.
Thank you. I love her. She's so amazing.
Hi, I was wondering, will Irene Adler be making a return?
Irene Adler?
Yeah.
We have no immediate plan.
No, nothing on the slide at the moment. I mean, nothing's impossible, but we're all incredibly fond of that episode, and I would slightly wonder, and I think Mark would too, that you might spoil it by continuing it. We sort of don't know how they ended up. We don't know what the agreement was reached in that room when he hacked up the terrorists and she smiled smugly. How did the rest of that evening, carry on? Did they go for dinner?
Didn't you write the scene?
You wrote the scene, Stephen.
I did write a version of the scene which was very funny. I thought it made me laugh, but I am literally the only person in the whole world who's ever read it, and so it's not canonical. But I kind of don't want to know what happened afterwards. I don't think it's our business whether they just think about each other once a day and smile a bit, or
I suppose meet
in a restaurant now and then.
We always said it would have to be a very, very good story to be worth bringing it back for. So it felt like a proper reason to do it rather than just doing it for the sake of it. Have you seen Gypsy? She's in that.
Yeah. Not anymore. She's gone.
Oh, she's gone. Yeah, forget it.
It's not worth it.
If you didn't see Gypsy, she's not coming back to that either.
So I think Sondheim has plans.
But I don't know if the eternal question of the crossover is coming up there. It's not going to happen. So there's an official announcement. But qualities in common, they do. That doesn't necessarily mean they'd like each other. That doesn't necessarily mean that they'd get on. I mean, I think one other quality they have in common, though the Doctor would never admit it, and Sherlock would, is they really quite like being the cleverest person in the room. They really like that. They both turned up. They'd be saying, this was mine. I'm covering this one. I don't need you. I'm being really interesting and slightly annoying. You go off and do be interesting and annoying somewhere else. You stupid bloody screwdriver. Right.
Well, you always said that Sherlock Holmes was a fictional character, so the Doctor couldn't meet him. But then, of course, the Doctor meant Robin Hood and Santa Claus.
Yes.
So...
Well, it's almost like we're making this up as we go along. What?
Santa Claus.
I'm just being mean. I'm just being...
The Doctor can... Well, it's not really about that. Yes, but you would have to... If Doctor Who can't meet Sherlock
What do you mean Santa's a fictional character?
Yeah.
He's not that. He is real. That episode proves it. That episode proves that Santa's real.
Yes.
Of course. Apologies.
One of them's for Amanda. I just wanted to ask, how did it feel shooting Benedict Cumberbatch and marrying Martin Freeman?
Which did you prefer?
Well, it was great fun shooting Benedict. It really was, because it was a good day. We spent a whole day doing it. It was a very technical stunt where Ben had to fall very slowly back, and that was all done in actual time. But we had a good time doing that, and it felt a bit weird, because I've never shot someone before. But it was a great day. Marrying Martin was fun, I've done it a few times. That was a great week as well, because we were all together in this beautiful hotel, and all the cast were there, and it just felt like a summer holiday, really. But what did I prefer? I think I probably preferred shooting Ben, maybe, just slightly more. Only because I've married Martin about 5 or 6 times, and by the 5th time it gets a little bit tedious. Not that he's tedious, he's a lovely man. Bye!
Good answer.
Would you ever consider making more than 3 episodes a season?
Well, it's kind of genuinely impossible. We fell into this sort of schedule by accident, by virtue of the BBC asking us to make 90-minute episodes, and now everybody is so famous, it's kind of become very helpful. I mean, we've often said this, but if we'd done our original format of 6-hour-long episodes, we wouldn't be making the show anymore. It would be impossible, because Benedict and Martin really wouldn't be able to free up that much time up. So it's kind of worked for us. It's annoying because of the gaps, but we literally couldn't do it. It's taken a very long time to get everything, all the diaries to work for the next 3. So I just don't think it's possible, I'm afraid.
And it's 3 movies, essentially, isn't it? It's 3 90-minute episodes, which in itself is quite an accomplishment.
Correct. We've made 10 in the time that Guy Ritchie's made 2. Stop getting on our case.
More about Mycroft? No. The key to it really is to let things out by degrees. You know, just little hints of what might have happened to them as they were growing up. And the whole idea of introducing their parents was, quite a radical thing to do. I don't think Mr. and Mrs. Holmes have ever been seen in a version of Sherlock Holmes before. But we don't want to give too much away, because it's sort of, it just lets daylight in on the magic. I think you want to sort of hint at strange things that might have happened, or they've obviously had a turbulent relationship as they've grown up. But we don't want to give too much away. We'll just have to wait and see, really. See.
I was wondering, Mark, how do you actually feel about Les Mis?
I love Les Mis. Yeah, I love it. I was very sad. We were going to film.
Yeah, we were.
We had a whole thing where I'd be sitting with Tim and Wanda, looking like I wanted to die. And I think we eventually worked out we could afford to have a French flag waved in front of us, and then we couldn't do that, so it became a phone call. But no, I love Les Mis. It's a wonderful show. I'll do it for you. That's fine.
Well, I think it's probably incredibly frustrating for her. I mean, I don't think when she woke up, she didn't choose to be an assassin. I think she fell into it. I don't know. I think, can you fall into being an assassin? But I imagine that thrill of the chase and the thrill of solving things and going after them, that must have been. I sort of played it as a kind of a frustration, I guess. But yeah, I don't know really.
We kept it a surprise by not letting you.
Yeah.
By shooting the script in order.
Yes.
So you didn't actually know where it was going.
I didn't know that she was an assassin until I got the 3rd episode. So I imagine, I probably would have played it a lot differently had I known that from the first 2. But I guess she's. You can't. I suppose you can't. She can't get too far away from her behaviour of how she was before she met John. That's still in her. But her love for him is greater. I do think she absolutely loves John, and I think she would do anything for him. But, people make mistakes, and not everyone is black and white.
I would like to see Mary exploit some of her assassin skills, though possibly in the 4th series.
That'd be good.
Bit of ninja work.
How are your martial arts?
Yeah, a bit of martial arts.
My question's for Amanda. What's it like working so closely with Martin, seeing as you're together?
Oh, it's lovely. He's one of my favourite actors. In fact, 2 of my favourite actors are in Sherlock, Andrew Scott and Martin. They're both
Nothing. Literally on the same table. Nothing for me.
If you let me finish, my very favourite actor is Mark Gatiss.
Too late. Too late. All too late.
I said 2 of my favourite actors. My very favourite actor is Mark. But no, working with Martin is one of the best things, because he comes so prepared. He's such a professional actor. He's bang on it. He knows his lines. He's just an amazing person to work with. He plays with it. He throws stuff around. Every take is different, and having him on set and working with him you're working with a professional, and his attention to detail is incredible as well. And so what would be lovely, we'd do the scenes together, and then we'd come home in the evening and we'd dissect them and talk about them and just have a nice time. So it's always a pleasure and an honour to work with him. I think he's one of our best. God, I sound so sycophantic.
Round of applause for Martin Freeman.
And so is Mark Gatiss, one of our best. Cheers.
And I save on the hotel room, so...
Yeah, because we share a hotel room.
What do you think of Sherlock Holmes, but as a female, so a female version of that, and who would you cast?
Well, it's you could do it. Of course you could. But we're not going to do it. But we're not going to recast or anything. But of course it's perfectly possible. It's just there have been so many Sherlock Holmes. There's a cartoon series set in the future.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Yeah, there's one where it's a dog. So I mean, it would be interesting if you were to sort of shift it around completely like that. I think it would just sort of be obviously a completely different show, but very interesting. There's absolutely no reason why not.
Yeah, I mean, Elementary has kind of
who
done
do you cast?
that, but...
Well, it's obvious. I would say Amanda Abington, but she's really, really pissed me off now. So, I think probably Jeanette Cranky. Ideal.
We're quite similar, actually.
You are.
Quite similar.
Yeah. Similar build. Oh, gosh.
Time to think.
Oh, I know, yeah. There's something in the special which is beyond cake and eating it, which was just a sheer delight from beginning to end. But you'll know it when you see it. Apart from that, no, I suppose it's the sort of it's just that thrill of actually having the keys to Baker Street for a while, and for it to be this level of a success has just astonished us all. It's an amazing thing to feel that your version has kind of had this grip on the popular imagination. So it's really lots of moments. Really, I do remember crying when we did the pilot and Benedict did the phone deduction in the back of the cab, and I thought, that's just such a moment. I was really very moved. I thought, well, here we are. This is it. This is our Sherlock Holmes now. He's doing it. There it is, doing this deduction inspired by the sign of 4 from the pocket watch, and he's really very moved by that.
I think for me, about the only time I've ever thought I was writing something good was when I wrote Scandal in Belgravia. It's one of the very, very few things I've ever done that I actually like, being honest. But the thing that I was most thrilled to come up with, and I didn't tell anyone about it, was the I Am Sherlock. I was so proud of that. So proud of that.
That was actually my lock screen for a while.
For anyone who's never seen that episode, don't look at any T-shirts. It's just a huge spoiler, a walking spoiler now.
If we just look there, there's an amazing bit of I Am Sherlock fan art.
Ruined.
Very good.
I love that.
Hey.
What?
Oh, is that you, my friend? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Is that the one we're talking about? Oh, thank you.
Express delivery. Come on, come up.
Thank you.
Harrods is fancy.
It's ticking.
Well, unfortunately, that is all our time. But thank you guys very much, and please join me in thanking our amazing panel: Amanda Abington, Sue Virtue, Stephen Moffat, Mark Gatiss, Sherlock: The Abominable Bride, New Year's Day on BBC One. Thank you very much.
You promised to keep him safe. You promised.
Come, Watson, come. The game is afoot.
We're both writing right now. That's what we're working on.
Under this table.
Yeah.
Too busy to
It's
come
feverish
here.
typing going on.